welcome back. And if it's your first time, thank you for being here. My name is Jennifer. Today we're gonna move on a 45-minute vinyasa class. We're gonna be working towards chopasana, which is a back bend. It's a standing back bend. So if you have a strap, it will be helpful. Also props, but if you don't have them, blocks, but if you don't have them, it's perfectly okay. When you're ready, we'll meet on standing at the top of your mat. Find your feet hip width apart at the top of your mat. Start to root down with your heels, more like the center of your feet. Again, as you press, as you find the center of your feet, lift the energy of the ground all the way up through your legs. Creating length through your spine and getting tall out through the crown of your head. Move your shoulders back and away from the ears, palms face to the front. Just take a moment to close your eyes. We'll take 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. And breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. And one more time, breath in. Open mouth, empty out. Seal your lips, inhale through the nose. And very slowly exhale through your nose. And same thing, this time bring your arms up to the ceiling as you reach high with your fingers. And then with your exhalation through the nose, fold forward, relax your head completely. Okay, so now keep your lips sealed as you start to engage your breath in and out through your nose. Keeping us up and on the knees here in your first folding forward. You can hold onto your opposite elbows for the ragdoll variation and just allow everything to hang heavy. Just relax. Okay, taking a moment to fully let go. Let go of any need to control any movement on the body here. Just be. You're going to start to feel a gently opening on the back of your legs. Maybe any release of tension or tightness on your lower back, if there's any. And then if you're ready, bring your hands to the shin bones, halfway lifting, heel flat back. With your exhale, fold forward, chest to your thighs. Twice more, halfway lifting, heel, hands to shin bones, move the navel away from the floor. And then with your exhale, fold forward to your thighs. One more time, halfway lifting, heel, stretch the collarbone and the crown of the head straight to the front. With your exhale, fold forward, breath out. When you next exhale, step your left foot behind you and walk your right foot more to the right side of your mat for runner's lunge. Drop your left knee behind you. Both of your hands come inside your right ankle. And if you look at your left knee, make sure that it's not under your left hip. It's all the way as far back, away from your hip. Okay, so we're gonna gently open up the front of the left leg by being on a deep lunge. Okay, and then from here, you can just stay where you are. Or if you have blocks, you can find them in front of you to lower the forearms on the blocks. And if you feel pretty energetic already, you can tuck your toes behind you, lift the knee, and maybe even rock side to side or back and forward. Plant your hands into the floor, lift your back knee, push the floor away with your palms as you lift your right leg to the ceiling for a 3-legged dog. That's it. If you look behind you, your toes of the right foot are pointing straight down to the ground. And then as you activate your core, lift your right leg a little more. With your exhale, bend your right knee, stack your hip on top of the left, and take a couple of breaths. Just visualize your right knee pointing straight up to the ceiling. You can also re-extend the leg if that helps you open up more. And if you're ready, re-extend your leg, close the hips. Downward facing dog. With your exhale, bring your right foot down. Now take 3 breaths here. Your first stand up. Soften your knees and focus on creating more length through your upper body. So from your palms, push the floor away to create more length through your arms. Now lift your hips as you form your core to create length through your torso. With your next inhale, come forward into high push-up position. So your shoulders are going to stack on top of your hands. Your fingers are spread wide apart. And now push the floor away to find a slight opening between the space between the shoulder blades. Take another reach inhale as you squeeze your legs. With your exhale, come all the way down to the floor, untuck your toes behind you. Find your hands behind your back for Shalabhasana. So press your palms together or find a hand towel between them if you don't have a strap. Gaze is down. With your inhale, lift your chest, lift your legs. Point your toes behind you. Imagine you're touching the wall on the back of your mat. Option to lift your fists without fully extending the arms. Try to keep a soft bend on the elbows. With your next exhale, tuck your toes, bring your hands by your shoulders or more like by your rib cage. Open the fingers wide apart, keep your knees on the floor. And with your next inhale, lift your pelvis and your chest at the same time for a modified plank to downward facing dog exhale. And then other side, lift your left leg to the ceiling. Okay, if you look behind you, your quadricep is going to point straight onto your mat. And then if you can, lift the heel a little more. Exhale, bend the knee, open up your hips. Your chest is going to stay facing down to your mat as you point your knees straight up to the ceiling. When you're ready, extend the leg, close your hips. Step your foot outside of your left hand for runner's lunge. Drop your right knee to the ground. Both hands inside the left leg. Good, so you're going to do the same thing you just did on the right, except you're going on the opposite direction. Okay, so from here you can just choose, stay here or drop your forearms closer towards the floor, maybe on top of your props or whatever you're using to assist you. Try to keep the upper back nice and flat. So keeping the gaze in front helps that instead of looking behind you towards your knee. Now tuck your toes behind you, lift your right knee and step your foot outside of your right hand for Malasana. So this is a tough one for a lot of people, so you can always just keep your hips higher, either elbows or hands to the thighs. This can be your modified Malasana. If you're able, you can bring your hips all the way down, but maintain the front, your chest, your collarbone nice and wide as you bring the front of your shoulders towards your back. Now you're going to keep your feet wide apart the way you have them on Malasana, palms together. With your next inhale, come all the way up. Interlace your fingers over your head. Squeeze your inner thighs. Exhale, move to your right side, taking a side stretch. Inhale, come back up to center. As you exhale, lower your hips back to Malasana, either halfway or all the way. Inhale, same thing. Extend the legs, arms up, interlace the fingers. Firm your core. With your exhale, move to your left side. Inhale, come to center. Malasana, exhale, lower your hips. Try to keep your knees moving outwards. Inhale, again, reach up, interlace your fingers. Exhale, squeeze your legs and move to your right side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, Malasana, lower your hips. Inhale, come up, get tall without lifting your shoulders. Exhale, move over to the left side. Inhale, come to center. Malasana, exhale, lower your hips. One more full round. Inhale, reach up. Interlace the fingers, move over to your right side with your exhale. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, lower your hips. Inhale, one more time, extend the legs, lift your arms. With your exhale, stretch it to the left side. Inhale, come to center. Malasana, exhale, lower your hips. Now stay here for an inhale. And with your exhale, lift your hips, fall forward, bring your feet under your hips. Relax your head. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back, hands to shin bones for support. As you exhale, bring your hands to the ground, step it back, downward facing dog. Okay. Now take 3 breaths here on your down dog. Try to firm the lower abdominal as you move it up towards the lower back. And then some of you might be ready to press your thighs towards the back of the mat. Just focus on creating the length through your upper body instead of touching the ground with your heels. So it's okay if there's a bend on the knees. Okay? Now with your next exhale, walk your hands all the way to the back of your mat, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Navel away from the floor. With your exhale, full breath out. Inhale, come all the way up. Extend the legs, bring your arms over your head. And when you exhale, open up, fall forward, chest to your thighs, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. As you exhale, walk your hands top of your mat into plank. You can always skip the vinyasa part, move straight to your downward facing dog. Good, if you are onto your plank, just hold it here. Bring your knees to the floor, we're gonna build it up. As you exhale, come all the way down to the floor, untuck your toes. Keep your knees off the floor as you press the tops of your feet down. Inhale, baby cobra. Move your shoulders back and away from your ears. As you exhale, calm down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, modify plank. So extend your arms to downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a breath in. With your exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Elongate the sides of your neck. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, take it down, torso forward and down. Relax your head, look back. Halfway lift, inhale, lift your tailbone. Walk your hands to the top of your mat into down dog or plank. Inhale on your plank with the option to drop the knees. Exhale, halfway down. This time, bend your elbows. Up dog, inhale, feet flat behind you, open up your chest. To downward facing dog, exhale, left. Take an inhale. As you exhale, walk your hands to the back of your mat, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up, inhale, arms lift. Lengthen, and when you exhale, send that length forward and all the way down. Flat back, inhale. Walk your hands top of your mat into plank or down dog. Inhale on your plank, option to drop your knees or not. Exhale, halfway down, low push up. Up dog, inhale, open up your chest. To downward facing dog, exhale, left. Stay here, breath in. Open mat, exhale. Seal the lips, inhale. Make sure you're not squeezing your shoulders, exhale. With your next inhale, lift your right leg to the ceiling. With your exhale, step your right foot forward in between the hands. Bring your left knee to the ground. With your inhale, rise up. Modify crescent lunge. Exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Step it back, down dog. Good, stay with your down dog or inhale, plank. Exhale, low push up. Inhale, open up your chest. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg. With your exhale, step it forward, drop your back knee. as you come up, lift the lower abdominal. Exhale, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Stay here or inhale, plank. Firm your legs, exhale, low push up. Inhale, up facing dog. To downward facing dog, exhale. We're gonna add on, inhale, lift your right leg. With your exhale, step the right foot forward, drop your back knee. Stay here, inhale, rise up. This time we're gonna add a twist, so open your arms to the right side, right hand to the back, left hand in front. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands to the ground, step it back, down dog. Stay with your down dog or inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, left leg high, lift the heel. Exhale, step it forward, drop your back knee. Rise up, inhale into modified crescent. At the twist, exhale, open your arms to your left side. Hug your shoulder blades back. Inhale, come back up, modified crescent. Exhale to the ground, down dog or inhale, plank. Squeeze your legs, exhale, low push up. Inhale, up dog. To downward facing dog, exhale. Once more, inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right foot forward, back knee down or up, your choice. Inhale into crescent. Open your arms to the right, exhale, stay here. We're gonna add on exalted warrior, inhale. Lift your left hand to the ceiling, right hand to the back leg. Exhale to the ground. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Up dog. Downward facing dog, breath out. Same thing, inhale, left leg high. Lift with the heel, exhale, step it forward between your hands, knee down, inhale, rise up. Relax the shoulders, exhale, open to the left side. Exalted warrior, inhale, right hand to the ceiling, left hand behind the right leg. Exhale to the ground. Inhale, plank. Exhale, low. Inhale, up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Stay here, breath in. Open mouth. Bring your big toes to touch, inhale. With your exhale, walk your hands to meet your feet. Flat back, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Bend the knees. And as you bend the knees, lower your hips, seal the gap between your inner thighs, lift your hands in front, and then start to lift the lower abdominal, your ribcage, your chest, your arms, but try to keep your hips low. Take another inhale. Now you can choose to stay here or bring your hands in prayer, twist to your right side. Bring your left elbow outside of your right knee, or maybe just between your knees. Actively press the palm on top, press it down to rotate your torso upwards. Good, and then that lower knee is pressing slightly back out, okay, to find that nice pressure, to find the twist, gentle, yeah? But if you're ready for more, you can always open up your arms. If you practice side crow, when you lower your hips, your fingers are gonna face the side of the room. You're still twisting, okay? The opposite elbow, the one that is not on the knee, is gonna hook on the rib cage, okay? So bend your elbows and then lift your feet, okay? You can stay right here, maybe extend your legs to the side, or maybe send the top leg towards the back. When you're ready, we'll meet on the twist. And then chair pose, inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Walk your hands to the top of your mat, either down dog or take high push-up. Hold your plank for yogi push-ups. So if you don't want yogi push-ups, hold your plank, down dog or child's pose. If you need to modify, knees down, inhale. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, low. Inhale, high. Exhale, low. One more, inhale, lift. Downward facing dog, exhale. Take a breath. Open mouth. Big toes touch at the back of your mat, inhale. And then with your exhale, walk your hands to meet your feet. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Bend the knees. Squeeze the legs. And then inhale, start to lift your arms, rib cage. But then the rib cage, you're gonna come up and then slightly hug them in, okay? They're not popping outwards. Take a breath. Choose to stay here or bring your hands in prayer or twist to the left. Right elbow outside of your left knee. And as you actively press your palms, make sure the right knee, it's not moving in front. You wanna keep your knees hugging in one straight line. And then choose stay here. Option to open your arms. Option to move into side crow. Once again, you're twisting, so your fingers are facing the side of the room. Bend that opposite elbow away from the knee and then lift your feet. Okay, and then from here you can choose, you can play with your leg variation. When you're ready, we'll meet on the twist. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back inhale. Walk your hands top of your mat into plank or down dog. Inhale for yogi push-ups. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Hips are not touching the ground. Exhale, low. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. One more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, high. Downward facing dog, exhale. Cleansing breath, inhale. Open mouth. Seal the lips, breath in. Open mouth. Either open mouth or through the nose. With your inhale, lift your right leg. And as you exhale, step the right foot forward in between the hands. Bring your left knee to the ground. And scoop your pelvis forward again so that you're in a nice deep lunge. Keep your toes tucked behind you. When you're ready, lift your arms. And as you exhale, scoop the pelvis to the floor, having towards the front, but then that lower abdominal hugs in. Okay? Now stay here, or bend your right elbow. With your left hand, reach for the top elbow, and then just stay right here. Option to bring your left hand behind your back, so you can reach for the right hand. You can use a hand towel if you cannot find your bind. You can remain with the left knee down or bring it up if you want to add balance to this. Start to create length through your spine as you lift your hip creases, your rib cage, and then with your chest, that's when you lean back. And bring yourself to center. Extend your hands to the ceiling. If your back knee's down, bring it up. As you exhale, send your torso slightly forward. As you stretch your chest at the front, bring the front of your body away from that right thigh. Inhale into one-legged Tadasana. Slowly come up. Good, so you're gonna stay right where you are. I'm gonna turn around so you can see what I'm doing. So your left knee is bending. Your left elbow bends into the rib cage. As you lower your hands, make sure your hand is not moving, especially not your shoulder. Get the inside part of your shoulders gonna face the side of the room. Then bend the knee, reach for the inside part of your ankle, start with your knees together. And this is it. This can be your standing pose. If you want to add a little bit of a back bend, just kick your foot into your hand. That's it. For those that want more, you can soften the standing leg and then kick your foot into the ceiling and your chest goes straight to the front. Okay? So you stay right where you are. I'm going to switch sides. I'm going to switch face back to the front of my mat. And then very slowly, one-legged Tadasana, the way you came in. Bend the left knee into your chest. Firm the lower abdominal. As you exhale, chair pose, lower your hips. You can stay here in chair for 5 breaths. If you practice crow, you can bring your hands to the floor, knees to the triceps. Now your hands are not gonna go forward. Your hands are gonna go right underneath you, so lift your hips. Gaze is at the top of your mat, squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale into crow. Good, if you are in chair pose, can you maybe lower your hips? Good, and then from chair pose, you can take your vinyasa or skip it to middle down dog. If you're in crow pose, option to shoot back. Inhale up dog to downward facing dog. Take a breath. Open mouth. With your inhale, lift your left leg, seal the lips. Exhale, step the foot forward in between the hands, drop your right knee, and then rise up, modified crescent. Exhale, low, send the pelvis forward. Good, and then bend the left elbow, so your left hand is gonna go behind your back. And then your right hand reaches for the left elbow, stay right here. Good, if you want to bind, bring your right arm behind you, and then reach for that top hand. Okay. And then stay right here, or lift your back knee. Okay. If your back knee comes up, make sure that it's nice and straight as much as you can, so that it's not just halfway. Good, either all the way down or all the way up, okay? There might be a little soft bend in the knee just so you can draw scoop that tailbone down. And then from that place, you can lift, create that length through your upper body, through your spine. Lift your hands to the ceiling, inhale. If your right knee is down, bring it up, send your torso to the front. Good, very strong back leg, very active through your core. One-legged Tadasana, inhale, bend the right knee to your chest. Good, and then as you exhale, bend the right elbow to the rib cage. Just lower your palm without moving the arm. Reach for the inside part of the ankle, knees together. Good, again, here, work on your balance. If you want to add a kick, just kick the foot into your hand, or start to kick as you lift it to the ceiling, kick up. Make sure you're breathing. Your breath should be equally active or with equally intention as your pose. Slowly, one-legged Tadasana, inhale, bend the knee into your chest. Firm the lower abdominal to find a nice release on that lower back as you stretch your tailbone to the floor. And then chair pose with control, lower your hips. Okay? And then stay here, chair pose, or take your crow pose. Yeah. On this side, I'm gonna stay right here. Squeeze your legs, lower the hips. If you're in chair pose, draw the center of your body in towards your spine. Good, if you're in crow pose, maybe shoot back. If you're in chair pose, fold forward. Again, take a vinyasa or skip it. We're gonna meet on down dog. Take a breath. Open mouth. Good, this is a good time to take a break, so you can take child's pose. Knees are wide. Sit back into your heels. Relax your forehead. Okay. You can also stay on your down dog. If you're practicing versions, you feel very comfortable without the wall, this is a good time for you to play. If you need more time on child's pose, you can stay right there. Otherwise, let's meet on down dog. With your inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, open up your hips. Re-extend the leg, inhale, close your hips. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, lift your left leg. Bend the left knee, open up your hips. Re-extend the leg, inhale, close the hips. Downward facing dog, exhale. When you're ready, come into a tabletop, finding the hands flat under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Now find your lower abdominal away from the floor. Your right knee is going to stay right where you have it. Just step your foot out to the side of your mat so that your left leg extends long towards the back of your mat. So your left foot is going to come in a straight line with your right knee. And your right hand is going to be under your shoulder. Now lift your left arm to the ceiling. Okay. As you lift your arm, just notice how your hands are in a straight line and your hips are stacking. Stay right here or lift your left leg. If you lift your left leg, push back with the heel and point your toes to your knee. Stay with this or bend your back knee, reach for the lower part of the foot. Once you have it, kick your foot away from your hips. If you're gonna send the belly bottom to the wall that you're looking at as you lean back with that top shoulder. When you're ready, re-extend the leg, lift your hand. Exhale, only your left hand comes down. Keep your left leg lifted. Okay? Now, as your back leg is lifted, bring that lower abdominal away from the floor. Tuck your toes behind you. Lift your right knee, three-legged dog. Now, bend the left knee again. Stack your hip on top, and this time, flip your dog. So you're going to land the ball of the foot the other side of your mat as you lift the whole front side of your body. Keep extending the left arm towards the front side of your mat and breathe here for 3. Good, make sure you're not squeezing your glutes, engage your legs instead. Three-legged dog, left hand down, left leg up. Exhale, knee to the nose, so shift forward, push the floor away, tuck your chin, hold it for 3. Stay here for 2. Inhale into plank. Exhale, tabletop. Okay. So bring your hands under the shoulders once again. Left knee stays down. Extend your right foot flat at the back of your mat. When you're ready, lift your right hand. And now press with the pinky edge of your back foot. Activate the back leg, the right leg. Good, again here, you're aligning your hands. You're stacking your hip creases. Stay here or lift your leg. Okay? As you lift your leg, you're pushing back. You're fully extending the back leg as much as you can. Okay? Stay like this or bend the knee and then reach for the bottom part of the foot. Once you have it, kick it back and away from your hips. Good, so notice how you're back bending. Send the belly bottom to the wall that you're facing as you maintain your shoulders stacking so your right shoulder is not in front. Re-extend the leg and your hand. Only your right hand comes down, square up your hips. Okay? Firm your lower abdominal. And then lift your back knee, three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, stack your hips, and then option to flip your dog. Land the ball of the foot the other side. With the back leg, the left leg is fully extended as you press with the sole of your foot. Then you're gonna find the rotation with the shoulder as you push it down and then bring the top shoulder towards the right. Extend your right hand to the front of the room. Right hand down, right leg up, inhale. And then with your exhale, come forward, knee into the nose. So press down, lift your spine. Hold it here for 3. Get closer, knee and chest 2. Inhale, plank. Exhale, child's pose. Take a breath in. Open mouth. Inhale, come forward. Tabletop. To downward facing dog, exhale. Take a breath. Open mouth. With your inhale, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands. Bring your back foot flat to align the right heel with the left arch. Open up to warrior 2. Your right ankle aligns with the heel. And then very slow, just very gentle, move your knee to the right side. So the back of your thigh bone is into the hip socket. Okay, then press back with the pinky edge of your left foot. Open your arms. Okay. And then from your right mid finger, you're creating a line of energy all the way to your left. Deep breath in. As you exhale, reach to the front, right elbow on top of your thigh, lift your left into the ceiling. Okay, and this is the pose. You don't have to do anything except to maintain that top shoulder, rotating back instead of moving forward towards the floor that you're facing. Okay, this is a good place for you to use a block. If you have it, bring it inside the right leg. And then option to extend the left arm over the ear for the extended variation. If your binds are part of your practice, you can take a bind as well. Engage your back leg. When you're ready, re-extend the right leg, lift your right hand to the ceiling, and then press your palm towards the back of the room as if you were giving somebody a big high five. Press back with the palm. Then bend the knee back to warrior 2. So you're going to use your block, but this time you're going to bring it on a straight line in front with the pinky toe. Okay? So reach forward, inhale, half moon. So you might need to readjust your block a little bit more in front so that it's under your right shoulder. Bring your left hand to the left hip if you need more stability, but if you feel pretty stable, you can keep your left hand reaching to the ceiling. Okay? If you keep your gaze down, you can just follow my voice, follow my cueing. Stay like this, or just the way you did on the floor. Here comes chopasana. Bend the left knee, reach behind you for the bottom part of your foot, and then once you have it, kick your foot away from your hips. Now give your right leg, your standing leg, a big squeeze as you push the floor away with your heel, with the whole foot. If you have your left foot, you're kicking your foot away from your back. If you have your foot, let it go, inhale, and then bend your right knee, step it back, warrior 2. Reverse warrior, inhale, flip your palm, and then exhale to the ground, either vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. Once you get to your down dog, take a breath. Open mouth. Lift your left leg. And then exhale, step it forward in between your hands. Bring your back foot flat. Warrior two. Okay. And then once you find that external rotation in the front leg, firm your back leg. Okay. Once we start adding on layers, we forget about the previous one. So everything works together. Yeah. So the front leg is active, the back leg is working, your torso is lengthening. Okay. When you're ready, now create a length through your arms outwards. Make sure you're not squeezing your shoulder, your toes into your mat. And soften your toes. And then create more length here, lifting the space between the hip creases and the upper thighs. You're going to create length there. When you're ready, side angle, reach to the front with the rib cage still facing sideways, not back. And then elbow down, right arm up. Once you find your side angle, just notice the space between your left ear and your shoulder. Make sure they're not close. You want to actively press that elbow down to create space here. Okay? Option to lower your block, your hand to your block. And then option to bring the right arm over. Okay? If you're extending your angle, meaning your right arm is over, and if you look up, make sure your arm is not in front of your face. You want to bring your arm back and then look under the arm. Good. If you bind it on the other side, option to bind here. Reverse triangle. Extend the left leg, lift your left hand to the ceiling, squeeze your inner thighs, root down with your heels, and then press the whole left arm all the way towards the back. Bend the knee, warrior two. Okay? Now find your block, if you have it, in a straight line with the pinky finger in front. Exhale, half moon, left hand down. Lift your right leg high. And as you make your transition, try to keep your gaze down to the ground so you can balance better and transition a little more smooth. Good. Again, choose your right hand to your hip, maybe up to the ceiling. Just focus on your legs. You're actively pressing down with the left leg and pressing back with your right heel. Good, stay here, half moon, or find your chopasana. Find the bottom part of your foot, kick away from your hip. Good, keep the standing leg very firm, keep it firm. Breathe. Good, you can always keep a soft bend on the left leg. Good, and if you can't find chopasana on one side, it's okay. Take another breath. I'm losing my balance here. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior, inhale, flip your palm. Exhale, either step it back, down dog, or take your vinyasa. When you get to your down dog, take a breath. Open mouth. And then take child's pose. Knees down. Sit back onto your heels. 5 breaths. And then when you're ready, find a tabletop to send your legs in front. And then here we'll sit it. You can sit on top of a blanket if the front of your pelvis tilts backwards. Okay? If you're ready, find your feet together for Baddha Konasana. And so you can always keep your hands behind you to avoid going back. So you're gonna push the floor behind you to send everything to the front. Okay, another way to modify is sitting on top of a block, or maybe sitting in the heels a little bit farther away from the hips. Some of you may be able to grab the feet and then fold towards the front. With your ankle, bring your torso back to the center. Bring your knees in. Grab your arms in front of the legs, forehead to the knees. When you're ready, extend your legs in front. Make sure you have plenty of space behind you. Palms touch, tuck your chin into your chest. Scoop your pelvis forward a little so you can roll down one vertebra at a time. When you get to the floor, give yourself a full body stretch. Point your toes, take a deep inhale. Open mouth. Bring your arms to the sides, knees into the chest. Cross your right leg on top of the left. Roll your knees to your left side. Extend your right arm to the side for a supine twist. Just allow your heart rate to start to slow down by a lot. With your inhale, bring yourself back to center. Uncross the legs, cross the left leg on top, and then send your knees to your right side. With your inhale, bring yourself back to center. Uncross the legs, bring your forehead to the knees as you give yourself a very loving hug. Hold it tight for 3. Maybe take a deep breath. Hold it 2. Extend the legs, open out. Final Shavasana. Close your eyes, fully surrender. Take as much room as you needed on the legs and your arms. You can stay here on Shavasana for as long as you need to. As I have to say goodbye. And if you need to move, if you need to get going, bring your knees into the chest if you want to join me. Exhale, cross to roll to your right side and press yourself into a seated position. Find your legs crossed, sit up tall, Sukhasana. Relax your shoulders again, soften your mouth and the muscles of your face. Bring your hands together in prayer to seal practice with a cleansing breath. Deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth. Inhale. And softly exhale through your nose. Bow down towards your heart. And with this gesture, I thank you. And take a moment to thank yourself for taking the time to take care of yourself. I thank you for sharing this space with me and your time. From my heart to yours, namaste.